What's going on, Giants fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I want to recap the final additions to Brian Daboll's 2024 coaching staff. Very excited to chop this one up with you. But first, folks, as always, make sure to check us out on all of our social media networking platforms on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Big Blue Avenue. Appreciate all of your support as the car goes by. All right, so let's get into the meat of this video. The Giants finally find a replacement for the Wilkins brothers, Drew and Kevin. They hire Charlie Bullen as their new outside linebackers coach. They also hired another assistant. I'll get to him in a moment to replace Kevin Wilkins, but let's start with Charlie Bullen. Spent the previous 2 seasons as Illinois' outside linebackers coach and pass rush coordinator. He has 11 years of NFL coaching experience, 4 specifically with the Arizona Cardinals. He does have experience with Isaiah Simmons. That is something to note. He was the Cardinals' outside linebackers coach from 2020 to 2022. And during that time, that specific unit on the defense ranked 5th in the National Football League with 89 total sacks. 50 sacks from that unit at the outside linebacker position. Granted, you could argue, well, they had Hassan Reddick, they had Marcus Golden, but those were great edge rushers. But at the same time, guys overperformed out in Arizona. And that's why that 2021 season, they were a playoff team. They were a good football team when Bullen was there as an assistant. So I'm excited to see what he does. He also served 7 years with the Miami Dolphins from 2012 to 2018. He worked with their linebackers and defensive line. So I'm excited to see what happens with Charlie Bullen. He replaces Drew Wilkins. As far as I'm concerned, there is not a tie with Shane Bowen, but this news literally just broke out. I wanted to get this up. We'll definitely evaluate Charlie Bullen, and we'll see who the Giants bring in to fit his position unit in free agency and the draft. I'm very excited to see how he works with Kayvon Thibodeau as well. Next up, Zak Kuhr, it's pronounced. I believe Coor is the phonetic pronunciation, so we're going to go with Kuhr. Hired as a defensive assistant to replace Kevin Wilkins. Completed his 4th season coaching in the National Football League. He was hired by the Titans, so yes, former assistant under Shane Bowen. Hired by them in 2020 to work as a quality control coach. Worked his way up to become the inside linebackers coach in 2021. And prior to that, he was an assistant at Texas in 2019, so he took a very significant jump, working with some of the Titans linebackers, including Harold Landry. Inside, we're talking about Jayon Brown, guys like that, Jack Gibbons as well. So I'm excited to see what Zak Kuhr and Charlie Bullen bring to this coaching staff. Very excited to talk about it. Also, other stuff, 3 of the Giants' assistants have gotten promotions. Mike Kafka takes over Wink Martindale's role as assistant head coach in addition to being offensive coordinator. Shea Tierney will take the additional role of being the offensive passing game coordinator. And Jerome Henderson, while he'll still be the defensive backs coach, he will now also be the defensive passing game coordinator. Just something to add to his title. And Jerome Henderson has done a fine job. I believe now with McGahee's departure, he's the longest tenured assistant coach on this roster. So we'll definitely see how this pans out with those 3 promotions and those 2 external hires. What do you think about Charlie Bullen and Zak Kuhr, folks? Specifically Bullen, working with Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari. Interested to see how that works out. And folks, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Big Blue Avenue. We appreciate all your support. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of these additions. Find us on Instagram and Twitter as well. We appreciate you all as always. And without further ado, let's go Big Blue.